This is Channel 9 Eyewitness News at 6. Coverage you can count on.
Right now at 6, restrictions on visiting nursing homes, changes to college classes, and additional hospital screenings. Those are some of the ways Governor Ron DeSantis says the state is working to stop the spread of coronavirus.
We're working very hard to isolate the cases as they come in, contain the spread throughout Florida.
If you were watching Eyewitness News at 4, you heard the governor say people with coronavirus symptoms can't visit nursing homes for at least 2 weeks. In addition, some Florida universities are being told to transfer to online classes for the next couple of weeks. Good evening, I'm Greg Wormuth.
And I'm Martha Sagowski. The World Health Organization classified COVID-19 as a pandemic earlier today. Here are the very latest numbers straight out of Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis says there are 23 cases in our state. The only Central Florida cases are the 2 that have been reported in Volusia County. Test results are still pending for 147 people in Florida, and 353 people are under public health monitoring. Channel 9's Lauren Seabrook has been keeping you up to date as we continue to monitor the spread of COVID-19. And Lauren, the governor says state and local agencies are doing everything they can to try and keep residents healthy.
And Martha, the state surgeon general says there is now more information showing that COVID-19 is more severe than the flu, mainly for the elderly population, where he says the mortality rate can be 20 to 40 times more than the flu. Now, with those developments, the governor announced some major new measures to mitigate the risk for older residents. He's now mandating all nursing homes, assisted living facilities, and other elderly communities prohibit all visitation from several types of people. Of course, anyone with COVID-19, but also anyone showing signs of respiratory illness, anyone who's traveled internationally, anyone who's come in contact with someone who tested positive, anyone who's recently traveled on any kind of cruise, and anyone who lives in or has recently been in a community with a positive case. We're also learning 10 of the infected people in our state were on a Nile River cruise in Egypt during either February or March. 5 of the new 8 cases just announced last night were on one of those Nile cruises. One of the 2 people who died in our state was also on a Nile River cruise. Our state and federal government are under a lot of criticism right now for not having enough testing available. And we've heard from several people who have called the newsroom here saying they feel they need to be tested and can't be.
For younger people, the symptoms are very modest. And so the issue is if somebody just has a little bit of a cough or a very mild fever, they probably aren't going to rush into the doctor's office normally. Now, maybe as this thing has gotten bigger and more prevalent, maybe people start changing their behavior. But we're definitely concerned about who may be carrying it, who doesn't seem like an obvious case to be carrying it.
And for some perspective here, China is currently testing 200,000 people a day for the coronavirus. South Korea is testing about 15,000 people a day. And here in the U.S., we've only tested 5,000 people total up to this point. The governor says the University of Florida is currently developing a test to enhance our state's ability to get people tested here. He says right now the state is focusing on 2 things, containment and mitigation. Martha.
And Lauren, new right now at 6, crews from Orange County Fire Rescue are going to dozens of local assisted living facilities to make sure people there have everything they need to feel healthy. Fire Rescue says it's planning on visiting 82 facilities in Orange County. Crews are trying to make sure they have information and resources to comply with the steps put out by the CDC to minimize transmission of coronavirus and protect residents and workers. Fire Rescue hope to visit all 82 facilities by the end of the day. And UCF says it will move to remote classes starting this coming Monday to minimize health risks as students and faculty prepare to return from spring break. All classes are expected to be ready for online instruction by Wednesday. It will stay like this for 2 weeks. The university says students should not come back to campus for the next 2 weeks.
The Florida presidential primary is Tuesday, and right now Bernie Sanders said he is staying in the race even after a rough night in Michigan. But with the coronavirus continuing to spread, preparations are being made at the polls. And if a major public safety concern arises here in Florida, the governor by law can suspend or delay the election. Questions about that went unanswered by his office today, but in the news conference he did say that he is sending out information to those polling places. Meanwhile, Bernie Sanders plans to face off against former Vice President Joe Biden for their first one-on-one debate Sunday, and then he said he'll continue his campaign.
While our campaign has won the ideological debate, we are losing the debate over electability.
The League of Women Voters is warning that coronavirus could also be an issue in the August primary and even the November general election.
Well, tomorrow, people in Seminole County can learn more about how officials there are responding to the coronavirus. Officials from the Florida Department of Health and the Seminole County Office of Emergency Management are hosting an event at Seminole State College Heathrow to answer some questions you may have. Anyone interested can register online. We've posted a link in the coronavirus section of WFTV.com. Well, the Florida Department of Health is available to talk to you about the coronavirus anytime, day or night. The number for you for the hotline is right on your screen, 1-866-779-6121. Again, it's 24/7.
Absolutely. President Donald Trump preparing to address the nation tonight about coronavirus. He'll be giving a primetime address from the White House at 9 p.m. Of course, we've got it for you right here, and tune in WFTV Channel 9 to watch it. We'll have a full recap tonight at 11. And our team will continue to monitor any updates on COVID-19 in Central Florida and across the state. For the latest information while we're off the air, you can always count on WFTV.com. Just look for the coronavirus banner on the home screen. And don't forget that last night at about the 11 o'clock news, we found out about those 8 new cases. And we have new details